Tonight, we go into a very isolated and extremely remote gorge in mid-western Queensland, where we take a very unfortunate spill, nearly kill both of us.
Son of a gun.
Now, this is a python, carpet python. I've just taken a bite. Now, pythons, of course, can be aggressive. It's their only method of making sure that they don't get eaten by other predators. A bite's one thing, but they've got no fangs and they've got no venom, so I'm in no danger whatsoever.
Hello, good beings, and welcome back to Midnight Requiem. Today we will be talking about the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. Born February 22nd, 1962, Essendon, Victoria, Australia. Died September 4, 2006, off the coast of Port Douglas, Queensland. Australian wildlife conservationist, television personality, and educator who achieved worldwide fame and related documentaries. With frantic energy and an engaging, boyish enthusiasm, Irwin led his viewers on reckless, close encounters with deadly and usually endangered animals, notably crocodiles in Australia's outback, and later in the jungles of Asia and Africa. Although sometimes criticized for disturbing wildlife unnecessarily or for indulging in showmanship, Irwin claimed that his risk-taking style helped to raise concern for threatened but dangerous animals and enable viewers to appreciate directly their power, beauty, uniqueness. Irwin derived his passion for wildlife from his parents, who participated in early efforts to protect Australia's wild reptiles. In 1970, the family moved from Victoria to Queensland's Sunshine Coast, where Bob and Lynn Irwin founded the Wild Reptile Park on 4 acres of land. The young Irwin accompanied his father on expeditions in the outback to trap lizards, venomous snakes, and crocodiles, and he helped to nurse and rehabilitate the injured or abandoned kangaroos, wallabies, and birds that the park took in. In the early 1970s, Irwin accompanied his father on expeditions from the East Coast Crocodile Management Program, a government-sponsored project to reduce crocodile hunting by relocating the animals to less populated areas or to sanctuaries, including the Beaver Park. It was on one such outing, when Irwin was age 9, that he first attempted to subdue a crocodile by jumping on its back. He soon became quite adept at the technique. In the early 1980s, Irwin worked for the Crocodile Management Program, his own, sometimes spending months alone in the bush in search of the animals. Skilled at capturing the largest and most dangerous crocodiles, he eventually acquired a reputation as Australia's top croc catcher. Irwin recorded some of his exploits on tape using video camera mounted on a tripod. Hired as a consultant for a television commercial, he showed some of the tapes to producer at Australia's Channel 10 network, who immediately suggested turning them into a documentary. The result was a 10-hour program, The Crocodile Hunter, which first aired in Australia in 1992. Its immediate success led to additional documentaries and eventually regular series, which featured Irwin in new adventures both inside and outside Australia. In 1996, the program was picked up by the Discovery Channel network in the United States. In 2006, the year of Irwin's death, it was regularly broadcast in more than 100 countries. In 1991, Irwin took over direction of the Wild Park from his father. During one of his croc feeding demonstrations at the park, he met Terry Raines, an American businesswoman and conversationalist. The couple married in 1992. Terry Irwin soon became the manager of her husband's business and conversation projects, also participating directly in the filming of The Crocodile Hunter and later documentaries and series. Meanwhile, Irwin's popularity as a television personality helped to turn the Wild Park, renamed the Australia Zoo in 1992, into a major tourist attraction. It expanded to 16 acres and 550 animals by 2000 and to 80 acres and more than 1,000 animals by 2007. In addition to running the zoo, the Irwins established large private wildlife refuges in Australia and founded an international organization, Wildlife Warriors Worldwide, to promote wildlife conservation, education, and research. In his television series and in numerous interviews, Irwin emphasized the importance of protecting threatened and endangered species of all kinds. Asked about the infectious excitement of his crocodile hunter adventures, he said, "I believe that education is all about being excited about something. That's the main aim in our entire lives, is to promote education about wildlife and wilderness areas, save habitats, save endangered species, etc. So if we can get people excited about animals, then by crikey, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to save them." In September 2006, while filming a documentary called Ocean's Deadliest near Australia's Great Barrier Reef, Irwin swam over a venomous bull stingray in shallow water, inadvertently provoking the animal to attack. He was stung in the chest and immediately went into cardiac arrest, and he was pronounced dead less than an hour later. Irwin's daughter, Bindi Irwin, shared his interest in wildlife and showsmanship. As a child, she had her own wildlife show, Bindi the Jungle Girl, 2007 to 2008, and she was also acted in several movies. In addition, she later starred with her mother and her brother Robert Clarence Irwin in the wildlife adventure series Crikey, It's the Irwins. Crikey, here are crazy facts you didn't know about Steve Irwin. First episode of The Crocodile Hunter was filmed during his honeymoon. This guy is hitting all the important milestones at the zoo or surrounded by animals, and we're here for it. You know, Steve and Terry were meant to be, because if any other guy asked his wife to work during their honeymoon, they'd be like, "Really, dude?" But apparently Terry was all like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Crocodile Daddy, or words to that effect. We're guessing it didn't even feel like work for them, though, and was probably a honeymoon dream come true. Another is he was trained in mixed martial arts. We already knew we would never have challenged wrestling crocodiles for fun, got to fisticuffs, but now we know we would have been even less inclined to do so after learning Steve was into MMA. Steve loved MMA competition and even trained with MMA trainer Greg Jackson for a stint. Specifically, he was trained in the martial arts of Gaijutsu, a thing that sounds like something you definitely don't want to find out about in a practical demonstration. As always, my good being, be loving, caring to each other. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe, and leave comments. Have a wonderful day.
What good is a fast car, a flash house and a gold-plated dunny to me? Absolutely no good at all. I've been put on this planet to protect wildlife and wilderness areas, which in essence is going to help humanity. I want to have the purest oceans. I want to be able to drink water straight out of that creek. I want to stop the ozone layer. I want to save the world. And you know, money's great. I can't get enough money. And you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to buy wilderness areas with it. Every single cent I get goes straight into conservation. And guess what, Charles? I don't give a rip whose money it is, mate. I'll use it and I'll spend it on buying land.